Hey, Coffee and Kale. So this week we're coming to you from the beautiful South Carolina. We are on the Thanksgiving holiday and we're doing a tour down the coast. But I wanted to do the intro for this week's video because we're sitting outside. It's so pretty this late in the year. I think it's gorgeous in just a sweater. It's freezing in DC. So we're going to look at skincare this week. I know people always say, look at the ingredients, review the ingredients, understand the ingredients. And I never really knew what that meant until I started to realize I'm getting a little bit more breakout. And I'll put a little clip in here that shows it better because I know it's kind of hard to see in the sun right now. But the only thing I changed is I used a different foaming cleanser. So I had been using Dermalogica. I ran out of it, you know, me and clearing out what's in the closet. So I decided to use something that I had a clean and clear. And that's the only change I made. Everything else in my skincare routine is the same. I can put that in too if you want a little quick like refresher. But I'm getting more breakouts. So I thought, all right, it has to be the cleanser because that's the only thing I've changed. So there's the other benefit to just doing one thing at a time, just changing one thing at a time so you can figure out where you are and where you need to be. Um, and so I know it's a cleanser. And then I started watching some Hyram videos. I think that's how I say his name. And you know, I love Dr. Alexis Stevens. And they always say, look at the INKEY list, look at the ingredients, understand the ingredients. So we're going to deep dive into the ingredients in these two cleansers and see if I can't figure out why one is working better than the other. But because I'm learning what they actually practically mean by review the ingredients, I thought I'd share it with you guys. So come on, jump right in.
Okay, good morning, Coffee and Kale. This is where I wanted to show you where I am right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I got some breakouts going on more than normal. So this is what we're gonna address while I'm looking at these ingredients lists on these things I'm using, on the cleansers I'm using, because that's the only thing I've changed. So I have this one with me because that's what I have left. But I think I'm gonna need to order a new Dermalogica based on my research. So I just wanted to pop in real quick and show you what it's looking like. Cause I'm having like, there's one, I popped it, so it's gonna be around for months. But there's more than usual. And the only thing I changed was my cleanser. So I think that's what we gotta address.
Okay, so this is the INKEY list, and what I did is went out here, and I'll make sure the link is in the description box below because INKEY is spelled INCI, and I'm comparing my Dermalogica to the Clean and Clear that I have right now. So, um, the first thing that struck me is the amount of ingredients that are in the Dermalogica Ultra Calming Cleanser versus what's in the Clean and Clear Night Relaxing Face Deep Cleansing Face Wash. But once you get past that, what I then did is I'm only looking at the first 6 ingredients because based on what Hyram, again, I think that's how you say his name, says, and I remember reading this in Curly Chemistry's book too. The first handful of ingredients are the ones that are in the strongest potency. So the FDA or whoever regulates this stuff requires that you put the strongest ones first. So I'm only looking at the first 6 in detail, and I came from the INKEY list. I'm looking at the first 6 ingredients. And then I went to use the Paula's Choice ingredient dictionary. And this little chart here shows where like how she ranks them. So for example, the Dermalogica Ultra Calming Cleanser, the very first item in there is this cetyl alcohol. That's rated as good. Well, glycerin, for example, is the second one in the Clean and Clear, second ingredient in the Clean and Clear face wash, and it's rated the best. Now, the one thing I will say is water is the first ingredient in both of these items. I didn't list that as number 1 here because I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion, but water's the first thing. So just at quick blush, it looks like maybe the fact that I have more ingredients counted as best, if you will, from the Paula's Choice ingredient dictionary in my Dermalogica might be a contributing factor to why it was working better for me than the Clean and Clear.
My second trick, which I like to call the phenoxyethanol trick. If you aren't familiar with phenoxyethanol, it is a preservative used in the majority of skincare products to help maintain the formula, but phenoxyethanol is not formulated above 1%. While ingredients are listed from highest concentration to lowest concentration, within the USA at least, there is the 1% exclusion. What this means is that any ingredient formulated below 1% is able to be listed pretty much anywhere on the ingredient list, so long as it's under 1%. And this can make it difficult when determining what types of ingredients you want at high concentrations and what types of ingredients you want at low concentrations. When you see the ingredient phenoxyethanol on an ingredient list, anything below that is likely going to be under 1%, and anything above that is likely to be over.
So here's what I'm thinking. The phenoxy, however you pronounce it, is ingredient 6 in this clean and clear cleanser that I'm using now, and it's not even in the Dermalogica, if you can believe it. So I'm thinking that might have something to do with it. If the clean and clear has a preservative way earlier in the concentration of the formula than my Dermalogica does, I'm probably not getting the same level of good stuff to clear out the bacteria, and that might be what's happening. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you visited before, just haven't yet subscribed, come on, join us. We're a fun bunch. We mainly do natural hair DIYs, a little, but we're all about natural hair length and retention. It's a little bit of vlog, a little bit of lifestyle, but mainly natural hair length and retention. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.